Welcome to Custodians of Africa, where heritage meets leadership. Here we dive into Africa's rich tradition, ancestral wisdom, and the voices that shaped our nation. From village elders to modern leaders. Join us as we uncover untold stories, explore cultural heritage, and connect lessons from our past to inspire today and guide tomorrow. This is more than a channel. This is a movement to preserve identity, restore dignity, and celebrate Africa's greatness. Subscribe as we tell Africa's story through culture and leadership. In studio is Stephen Odhiambo Juma, a political analyst. Welcome, my brother. It is a good time to have you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
In the studio.
Yes.
Because there are a lot of things that have happened which are really troubling African countries because we don't know who is next. Currently, as it stands, already 26 countries have been affected. And this is none other than Donald Trump.
Yes.
The President of the United States of America. African countries where USAID used to have run his administrative and humanitarian programs, all of a sudden was stopped with immediate effect. A matter that rendered thousands and millions of people jobless. Yes, in this particular month, His Excellency Donald Trump have posed a ban on a number of African countries not to step into the United States of America. And in number, these are 26 countries already affected. What do you think Donald Trump is trying to do?
We don't want them.
President Donald Trump has signed a new travel ban that will block people from several countries from travelling to the United States. It will fully restrict entry by nationals from 12 countries, including Afghanistan, Myanmar, Chad, Eritrea, Iran and Yemen. And people from 7 other countries, including Cuba, Laos, Sierra Leone and Venezuela, will be partly restricted.
The recent terror attack in Boulder, Colorado, has underscored the extreme dangers posed to our country by the entry of foreign nationals who are not properly vetted, as well as those who come here as temporary visitors and overstay their visas. We don't want them.
The administration cites a number of reasons countries were chosen for the ban, including a large-scale terrorist presence, failure to cooperate on visa security, and a persistently high rate of visa overstays. President Trump says more countries could be added to the travel ban list as new threats emerge. The ban is set to take effect this Monday.
This is something that was forthcoming. It's just a little bit too late. We expected this long time back. Remember, Trump is trying to protect America. And that is a policy that he started with when he came into power. That's his second term. That is his first term in the second run. America is to be protected from within the national security by means of preventing individuals who may be posing risks from entering the U.S. Reason being, these people have come from weird governments, where they also have weird characters that America does not want to believe in. These are countries that have the draconian laws that have been imposed onto the citizens under the pretext of the constitutionalism. That is why Donald Trump is doing this.
The big question is, why now? Because Donald Trump has been into power. This was his second term. So why do you think this could be happening now?
There is the risk factor because of the infiltration of the migrants into America. Coming there to do what America did not seem to understand. Some, you remember a few days back, Trump sent a number of people back in fact into Kenya and other places on various reasons. These are starting from theft, bribery, or extortion, the likes, the driving when drunk, and these are things that are tolerated into their countries out of their draconian laws. But America does not condone such kind of such things. That is why Trump had to take that draconian issue also as a law to bring these people back to their countries. That also stipulates the question of slapping ban onto these governments, so that because it's their leaders who have left them. And remember, their leaders have also brought onto them a state of a quagmire in terms of stay into their countries, because their leaders, the ones have been slammed, all of them, and generally. Number one, these people, they don't just live, they don't just stay, they habitate in palatial areas. And the edibilities that they do, that's what they eat. It sometimes can be turned into cuisines. Cuisines that the members of the public, that the citizenry does not get the consequence. And that brings a lot of inflation. And that's why these people have to migrate.
Wow. The names of countries that are affected are countries like Angola, Benin,
Correct.
Burundi, Cote d'Ivoire,
Yes.
the Gambia, Malawi, Mauritius, Nigeria, Tanzania, Togo, amongst others. Is Kenya safe?
Kenya is a little bit safe to some extent. And that is why you did see Kenya's name featuring amongst those people. It was very much limited. We are a little bit democratic. That is why when you see even the opposition in Kenya can even come up and insult the president, and there's no repercussion. This cannot happen in places like Tanzania, Uganda, and the likes of those countries, not limited to the ones that have been slapped with those bans. They cannot do it in those countries. No wonder Museveni gave a direct order for Larry Madowo not even to step there. Otherwise, it will be met with certain serious consequences.
Yes.
Yes.
Impact of this particular action taken by Donald Trump in terms of when we talk about economic impact, what do you think?
Yes, there is something that we refer to as within any country as economic stability.
Yes.
That will dwindle. Definitely has to dwindle. The ban always comes with a lot of consequences. Number one, you cannot borrow. Two, you cannot get grants from those countries. And that brings the GDP of that country going to very low. And it also means it will dwindle, goes back to the members of the public. And hue and outcry definitely must come out.
Wow.
Correct.
Very true.
Yeah.
And now, what about reduction in trade? Do you think it's going to have some implication and investment linkage?
Definitely, business travel will become harder. Fewer tradition or trade missions will be developed, and trade negotiations will never be able to negotiate with those other countries. Reduce exposure to U.S. investors.
Wow.
So that means it will boil down to what we are talking about, economic sabotage, kind of.
Countries like Benin, Malawi, Gambia, and
the
Burundi,
likes, and others.
and others.
Yes.
Okay. Now, education, key factor here, and human capital loss.
Yes.
What would you say about this in terms of decline in study mobility?
Remember, let me bring that to your attention, and when we make a reference to our own country. There has been hue and cry in terms of education.
Yes.
Education is a key factor in terms of economy of the country. Therefore, the moment that the slap a ban, when we talk of education, there will be number one, decline in study mobility, restrictions on FD and M visas.
Yes.
Universities of admissions will not be there. Exchange programs will not be done. Research will definitely dwindle.
Steve. And this is going to impact
And
on,
that definitely will impact on, or has already started impacting on skills transfer, innovation, leadership, and development qualities that we have across.
Very well. I understand when you talk about skills transfer, because see, when they mingle, you sit together, you exchange ideas, then and countries like Nigeria, Ghana, Senegal, Tanzania, and Zimbabwe. You know, these are countries that morely depend because most of their students are ferried, or rather
normally are referred to US for further studies.
For further studies.
Yes.
Wow. So then Trump has really affected a number of lives, if we may say.
And to me, that means everybody definitely has to study elsewhere, not on allies of US, not allies of UK, but will definitely go into their own countries, or probably in one countries, developed countries like Kenya. One, they have to be moral for them to further their studies elsewhere. Alternatively, they have to start relying on their own economic structures for them to survive. Yes.
The moment you've been into the United States, then all of a sudden you are being ferried back home to your country. You know, your brain
Yes.
and the way of thinking and way of seeing things, definitely. What do you say?
In fact, just like I said, you either keep your brain into America to stay within that framework and standard, or you come back to your country. Otherwise, that brain will come back here without getting the full information that you want to require. So the chance that you want out of America will definitely dwindle because you will be sent back.
Okay. Diplomatic and political impact. What do you see this?
Definitely strained biological relations will occur and in those countries. That's number one. Reason being, the governments may perceive restrictions as discriminatory, politically motivated, punitive rather than competitive, but that's their policy. That's their policy. So we remember we must start accommodating such kind of facts so that we also understand ourselves where we are going to.
What about domestic political narratives? What do you think they're thinking?
As you have properly put it, you know, your position, that names gives you the answer for that. Because they oppose.
Yes.
Opposition always opposes anything, however good or bad it is.
Yes.
Because they are also they were feeling that they want to incline on the power at a certain time.
Yeah.
So they will use that as a campaign tool.
Yes.
So that they can bring that government down for them to come in. So that is for the opposition.
So the oppositions are advantaged here.
Very advantage.
So like in Tanzania, the opposition would say, Suluhu, you're not fit to be the president because your weak policies.
Already, they can even go as far as saying that you have been impeached. In fact, very soon or later, you will find a motion coming to Parliament for impeachment of Suluhu and the likes. Although we know it may not go far.
Some African countries are so strict and attached to their cultural heritage kind of life.
Yes.
What impact do you think? Because here is a situation where weddings, burials, so this action that has been taken by Trump, is it going to hinder African people that are still in the United States to walk out to come and bury their loved ones, or attend weddings, or whatever, or any person from these countries that have been banned and they have been found to seek medical attention in the US? How is it going to be?
These things will definitely impact very, very, very so much high, and of course very negatively on us here. Because the moment you are slapped, even just going to America just for a visit, that's not allowed. Yes, not be allowed. So it has a very great concern and great impact on us here.
Now, Trump is alleging overstaying. Trump is alleging weak visa and proper documentation from some countries. Now, what message or what action do you think these countries that have been mentioned saying that they have got weak visa security systems?
Visas, when you hear of fake or weak visas, this comes out of African countries. And one, because these people do not have proper documentation, and starting from documents of education. That's the problem. So you have to go through another narrative of getting this thing through back door. And the Americans don't do that. Remember, the issue of stealing exams explodes too much in African states. And that is why Trump is bringing the issue of documentation, visas, and weak and overstaying. The moment you have a weak document, you will definitely go there and you will not wish to, for you to document it as one of what's come to Kenya. So you definitely want to overstay or even stay undercover.
Oh.
Yes.
Wow. So the security and governance
still works.
pressure must be
on that.
So that they improve civil registration systems. Okay, that's fine. Now, see, now this one brings a question that we also need to talk about.
Yes.
In Kenya today, I meet a number of foreign migrants or countries like Rwandese, Sudanese, and Burundians, Ugandans, Tanzanians, South Sudan. All these people are in this country. What would you say about this, or what advice would you give for the Kenyan government based on what Trump has? Somalians, we are forgetting about that.
Somalians, of course.
And probably they're taking over the city. Yes. What would you advise the president?
Before, as I want to I want to emphasize on something, as I advise the president, that Kenya is a democratic state. The countries you have mentioned, whose people have infiltrated Kenya here now, have come from a background of war-torn countries, most of them. Kenya has not gone to that ground. That is why sometimes you see Kenya is a land where you even have refugees.
Yes.
And remember, when they come to Kenya here, we are so hospitable to the extent that even when they insult you, you have nothing to do. Go to a place like Sudan, South Sudan, that's for matter. If your vehicle runs onto the other, they will tell you, even if they knock you, they tell you, had you not gone there, therefore, accident could have not occurred. That means they do not have the systems in place.
Wow.
But here, we are so democratic. But I would wish to tell our president, as much as we get them in, we have to also give a policy, a clear guideline policy on how they are going to stay here. Not to send them away, but how. If you find others who are staying just like, then they should be sent back. They don't have any business doing here. Yes.
So you are advising His Excellency William Ruto to take a stern action.
Of course.
Strange measures in terms of on policies.
On policies. Reason being, even some are doing businesses here.
Yes.
And our people do not have jobs.
Yes.
Yes. Our young men do not have jobs. They can involve into some small businesses.
Yes.
So that we do it. Look at the Isli area, infiltrated by the Somalis. Some that are just aliens. They're not Somalis of Kenyans, within Kenyan's origin. So that must be taken into consideration.
Geopolitical realignment, based on what Trump has done to the African continent, these countries.
Yes.
Do you think they might now shift their allegiance?
Yeah. This is about trade again. Whenever you want to shift, when it's the country that must shift. But remember, U.S. as allies, now is also a superpower.
Yes.
You may not get everything from China or Russia. In fact, from Russia, nothing. Remember what happened in Russia last time?
Yes.
A few people were offered jobs, only to be lowered into certain mockery. Some died. What are they offering? Nothing. Go to the Gulf states. Our children, little girls, are rotting there, and we are doing nothing about it. Asian Pacific, the same. Maybe China, but even China cannot give everything. Remember, Chinese are even selling, hawking things in our country today. As much as they do big things, they're also hawking. So they can't offer. Even in terms of research, America is still a superpower, but China is a little bit better.
I mean, I like talking about Burkina Faso based on the age of the current incumbent head of state,
Traore,
and surprisingly, even Burkina Faso have been banned.
Yes, their story is simple, but because they took power. They didn't go for the right place of power. They took power.
Okay.
But you see, their ban can be upheld to some extent or some time. You know, sometimes things are done wholesomely. But when you come down to the ban at the table, you scrutinize, verify, and you come with the people who should actually be banned for good. Because if it brings democratic space the way it's doing, then I don't see a reason why it should be banned.
Wow.
Because Traore is a young man who is doing well. And in any case, this a stern warning to Africa and every state who have gone up to 80 years. You are going to be removed, the young men.
Wow.
One day.
Nigeria is another state, or rather another country within the African continent that has been banned. And in the last month, the last few years, there have been a problem in terms of terrorism, where Christians were being terrorized, attacked in their churches, killed, and the churches being brought down. And I saw Trump coming out breathing fire about this. Would you think this could also make them meet the consequence?
Very well indeed. Reason being, Trump came out guns blazing. Number one, issue of terrorism is never allowed in America. No wonder you would say even if America every state is engulfed into certain quarters, into state of terrorism. Instead, we do not negotiate with terrorists. Number two, I want to say this without contradiction or favor. Nigeria has had weird citizenry. Most of them are con people. We even see them in Kenyan here. Yeah, that's another thing that's not required in America. That is why even America had to be banned. And they had to throw away their people as well.
Fellow Africans, travel and entry restrictions do not only limit movement, they reshape economic opportunities, human capital flows, diplomacy, and global influence. For the affected African countries, the impact is deepest at the people-to-people level, not just government-to-government relations. Fellow Africans, go back to the drawing board, and that is our take. Thank you.
Thank you.